Austin, welcome to the Fans View KAZI 88.7. Travis Kent alongside, to my left, Douglas Washington. Across the room, twisting and tweaking the dials, Jamal January.
As usual.
And to my right, as you look across your radio dial, nobody's got a radio dial.
No, unfortunately.
KV24's Corey Mose. Corey.
Yep, glad to be back.
Hey, before we get into sports talk, right? Saw one of your posts, Corey.
I was about to talk about that.
On the Sark press conference, where you pointed out something you saw that we don't have any official word, right? And there's no official word of what's on his finger.
No, it's been there though.
Has it? How long has it been? Did he?
He
was without it before, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about a ring.
Yeah, Ringgate.
Fact.
We're talking about the right hand ring, folks.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Single guys, the ring that y'all are running from.
Yeah. But Sarkisian, in his weekly press conference this week, as Corey Mose pointed out, clearly has his wedding ring back on.
She was at the game.
And she was at the game last week.
Walked off the field with him.
So maybe Steve and L'Oreal have mended whatever differences they had. They're a great couple. We got to admit, they're a great couple. They really are.
Especially if you look at.
I'm here.
You don't
for the drama.
Well, yeah, I know, but you want to have Real Housewives Austin. Loving hip hop Austin.
What a difference a college football playoff makes. Oh, hey, did I say that out loud?
Hey, but maybe she's helping them get there. You know what I'm saying?
Corey.
Hey, look, compared to the last first lady on the 40 acres.
See?
You saw what happened 2 weeks ago with Herman and his wife. How his wife had to escort him off the field.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I bet Texas fans don't miss that.
No.
And what I'm here to say is, who wants to give up all that power of being first lady of this team in the SEC? I see her views. I see her social media. I see her
crazy.
Posts.
She don't need it though. That's
who
the whole
doesn't
point.
want that?
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
all right.
like I have a lot of people reach out to me. They don't give a rip about football. They're texting me like, "Hey, is L'Oreal and Sark back together?" Like that's literally what they care. Like they're literally telling me that's the news we want to hear. You know, and so clearly she has weight. You know, within that community that doesn't really care about sports, doesn't really care about football, doesn't really care about Sark. You know, she has a huge following with women in this area and even outside this area.
She's a fashionista.
Exactly.
I mean,
she is. That's right.
The fits are on point.
I mean, she dresses Sark.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So I'm just going to say it's a little different when you see life without and the life you're in. This is an amazing city. It's a great program on the come up. He looks like he's going to be there for a few years. Maybe I could deal with the late nights coming in from film review, and I'm a little tired of it, but maybe I could deal with that.
Heck, but I'm sure he's like, this grind sucks being alone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's coming home late at night and just like, man, I'm coming home to an empty home after having 15 hours of film I just watched. I just want a home cooked meal. You know, now I gotta go to Whataburger and stop real fast to go pick up a double cheeseburger.
Oh,
like,
she don't cook.
What you mean?
I doubt. Does anybody in here think that she cooks?
I think she cooks.
I think she cooks.
Oh, okay. All right, Travis. Do you think she cooks?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking she's got one of those meal service.
Thank you. Thank you. Have you? We just talked about the outfits. She looks like look. She works out clearly.
Yeah.
She's squared away.
Yeah.
She's squared
That
away.
takes time.
Former track athlete.
And she's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So no, she ain't got time.
That's
for
why I
it.
say she's completely squared away.
Yeah.
I don't think she's cooking, but she 100% has it taken care of.
Yes. Yeah.
She's got the meal service plans.
Yeah.
She's got it planned out.
Yeah.
She's got it's probably on the little the calendar on the wall next to the fridge.
What's next?
And so Sark knows when he gets up what he's having for dinner that night.
What restaurants here locally and around the area would not want to deliver and cater to that house?
No, facts though.
I mean, I would.
I will say
I'd
this
smack
though
my mama
about-
for that opportunity.
I will say this about L'Oreal and being a part of the program. Hopefully, like as she gets back involved, what I've just noticed is her impact on the players. Like, they legit consider her a mom. She loves them in that way. You can just tell that after every game. I mean, Jahdae Barron runs up to her, gives her huge hugs. Xavier did the same thing when he was here. She really is implanted into that locker room. And I think that's something that maybe Sark also wanted to have around, so they can kind of relieve them of, Mr. Sarkisian, Coach Sarkisian, but also like having that teammate with him to build that rapport with his players.
And let me talk to Travis for a second, young buck. Y'all could go to your twitches. But Travis, let's be honest, bro. Ain't nobody trying to be out here single again, looking again. Now you got to get on the apps and you got to do. Nope, we don't have time for that, right?
No, we don't. No,
we good.
It's not. It's not a. It seems fun. But it's not.
No, we don't have the
fun.
attention. And I know young guys are gonna be like, "Oh, but there's some good ones out there." Not saying that there isn't.
But you gotta wade through some.
Like we'd have to Travis, you would have had to have gone out on a date last night and be out till like 11:30, acting like you're interested and want to be out that late.
Yeah.
Who at our age wants to do that? We don't.
Because we know, like, that was. So I'm divorced, right? I've got a fiance. We've been together for 7 years now. And so, but that year and a half before I met her, was a lot of dates set up where 5 minutes in, this ain't going anywhere.
Yes.
We've been through this before. We know what we're looking for.
Yes, we do.
And you still got to finish dinner, and you still got to find a way to. I'm not in for that.
And it sucks if we are attracted to or attract the younger ones, because it's a teaching moment. So again, we've already been down the road, so now we've got to bring that road to them. And once like Travis says, once you see they're not understanding of it, you don't want to deal with it. And then you got to ask yourself, man, do I feel like teaching? No, I'm good. So I get you, Sark. I get you, brother.
All right, we can talk sports now.
That's hilarious. Well, I think that's a great intro.
Oh yeah,
Great stuff, Travis. Thank you for bringing that up, bro.
No problem.
I think our ratings went up just now.
The people that were reaching out to you gave them a little bit of what they wanted.
People care about that, bro.
They're here for that. Now you can get to the sport. My mom just told me before we came on air. She's like, "Well, I'm not really into sports, but I'll listen." So I think she enjoyed that part too.
Mike Tyson's back in the ring tonight. What's everybody think?
I think I could beat Mike Tyson.
Okay.
That's a different
58-year-old Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul, who makes more money off of online presence. I don't even know than It's an economy that I don't understand. Making money off of posting online, and I don't understand cryptocurrency. All right?
Yeah.
I'm old. I don't understand either one of them. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works, but I just know he makes a lot of money doing it.
Yes, sir.
And he found it, and he's athletic as all get out.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
Bigger than you might expect.
Yes, too. And he legitimately he is. He's carving out a so far semi-legitimate, but if he ever does get into a full-time where he's fighting other professional boxers full-time, it would be interesting to see if he could work his way through the ranks. He's really only had one official fight against another pro fighter, and he lost that to Tyson Fury's younger brother.
Yeah.
But legitimately, he probably could carve out, but these gimmick, and I hate to call Mike Tyson a gimmick, but 58-year-old Mike Tyson's a gimmick. These gimmick fights, other than the winner makes $40 million tonight, the loser makes $20 million. Do we know how many tickets are sold this thing? They're playing at AT&T Stadium, right? Jerry's World. Did they sell 100,000 seats to this thing?
Can we go back to what you just said?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course,
sorry.
Jerry was able to talk that out because it should be in Vegas, right? So can we give props to him to get it in Dallas.
Hey, are they gonna have the curtains closed tonight?
They have to. They have to.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want people peeking in and watching this fight for free.
No.
Of course not. God, I'm so mad. I'm gonna be out like at a football game. I'm gonna have it on my phone though. Best believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be locked in.
Oh, which game you at tonight?
I'm going out to Georgetown.
Georgetown. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's going to Georgetown got tonight?
That's a good question, but they supposed to beat the crap out of somebody. So first round of playoffs. So
Round Rock's at Lake Travis. You know, Round Rock knocked Lake Travis out 2 years ago
Yeah.
in the round one. They played at Rock High. Tonight they're playing at Kelly Reeves, Palace on Palmer, as Craig Way coined it years ago when it was built. The students call it the crack house.
Georgetown's playing Burleson Centennial. Never heard of them before.
Centennial.
Burleson.
Centennial. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Burleson Centennial. Okay.
Our game of the week is actually Dripping Springs and McNeil.
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing out in Drip at 7:30. But yeah, so Georgetown. I'm actually doing like a follow-up story though. That's why I'm going out there because I did a story before the season started with this technology company called Answers. And it's, with the new UIL rule, that teams can now use technology on the sidelines, in the press box. And then at halftime, they can use video footage in the locker rooms to make adjustments and to look and see things that they weren't allowed to before the season. And so I'm going to get some footage tonight about, like, how they've been able to utilize that this year, how much it's been effective, and, like, see in the locker room what the coaches are doing with the footage so that the kids can better understand adjustments at halftime.
Man, I love that.
So, okay, legit. Maybe after, maybe NFL play. I don't. At some point, we need to dedicate a segment to that here.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some clips. When they do. Monday Night Football especially does. Sunday Night Football does it too, I think. They always show a clip of a local high school game during the telecast and talk about a couple of teams. And I've seen some shots of some of these other states, and kids are on the sidelines with tablets now. And so I used to go to a couple of high school football games every year. I mean, I go to state championship games every year. I haven't done that really since I stopped calling Georgetown games, a decade ago. I just haven't gotten back into going to high school games again. But that was one of the things I was wondering is, how is Texas adopting to the technology
It's
coming
taking
in?
a long time.
Okay.
We're very old school.
Yeah.
So like they can't have it on the sidelines yet, as you just said. Other states can.
Yeah.
All we can have is in the press box for the coaches, and then at halftime they can actually have the tablets in the locker room.
Okay.
But like during the game on the sidelines, no, you can't use tablets, which is so dumb to me because it's like, well, you're already allowing tablets in game, just in upstairs.
Right.
So what's the difference between you're literally just delaying the inevitable? Coaches are just going to relay the information to the coaches on the field, rather than just giving them the options to do it on the field. So it's coming. I think replay's coming as well pretty soon. I know the UIL is pretty sticklers on that, but this was the first step with technology, and I think within the next 5 to 10 years we will see replay at the 6A level at least. Pretty soon.
Okay.
So, and then of course, like shot clock. That's also a big thing in basketball world. Which I still don't understand why there's no shot clock in Texas. Well, I get the reasoning because every stadium, every arena. Even in like the Lampasses of the world, and why are you laughing? Why are you smirking, man?
When people visit, they ask me about that name, and it's always funny to me. And I haven't figured out a way to remember how to spell it, how many S's are in it. I do like to ask locals, and locals struggle. So it's a little personal joke. The Lampasses. Was Lampasses ever known for anything? Is it big? Am I missing anything in Lampasses? It's just the name, or is it y'all got anything for me?
I don't know. To be honest,
I used to drive by it all the time whenever I would go to Abilene.
Yeah, like that's what I'm finding out from all the locals.
I mean, that's kind of along the Chisholm Trail, right? I mean, that's what I think 281 itself is the old Chisholm Trail. If I may be mistaken, I don't know, but that's why. I mean, it's all farm and ranch land out there, but.
Yeah.
There's your Stormies.
Hey, I want to go back to a couple things you guys said on that Tyson Paul. So 3 days ago, they were not sold out. And I think that's why the smack had to happen to drive sales.
But they weren't.
But they did have a special package. And I was curious you guys' thoughts on that. So there's a personal suite that's going to be attached to the ring, early renders of it. So I can't wait to see how that's going to pan out tonight. So it's a $2 million VIP package. And it gives you 6 ticket holders, and they're going to get a unique experience. So they're going to get top shelf food. You're sitting elevated above the rest of the crowd. And you'll have TV screens in there. You'll have recliners. They'll be lounging on recliners. So they're not watching the fight like in front of them. They're watching it on the screens.
Okay.
They get autographed gloves from the main men on the night. And then, of course, they get a 2-night stay at the Lowe's Arlington Hotel. Now, I remember, Travis, I told you I was taking my wife up to Dallas to celebrate the anniversary. We did it up, but is that the best hotel up there?
Well, it's the one right
Lowe's?
there by Texas Live, I think. So
Man.
it's right there at the stadium.
Man, I told her I got you the best joint in Dallas.
Well,
Now
I mean,
I
this
see-
is, of course, this is Arlington, right? So
Yeah.
if you're going to, this is, that's the hard thing to remember is, if you're going to go up to Dallas and you're going to go down to Deep Ellum or you're going to go to, do something downtown Dallas. All right, we're back on the Fans View, KAZI 88.7, Travis Kent, alongside Douglas Washington, Jamal January, KView 24's Corey Mose. We can get your calls in, 512-836-2887. You know the number. Call it. Come on.
Yeah.
Mr. Oklahoma, where you at?
He crying right now.
Yeah.
Last night we had an NFC East tilt. I guess the only legitimate teams in the NFC East. The Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Point spread was 8.
Hey, did not know that.
You said what?
Point spread was 8.
When?
Well done.
Oh, you talking about like at the end of the game?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm about to say the line was not, because I definitely lost money last night.
What was the line last night? I don't-
I believe it was 4.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
4.5 or 3.5. One of those. But I actually took Commanders winning. I thought they were going to pull out the dub. I don't know why I thought that.
No.
So,
You're on the hype train.
okay.
I just thought they were going to have a bounce back game against the Steelers.
I could see it.
Eagles ain't playing nobody.
Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that.
Saquon was a beast.
Well, yeah, I saw a stat
Excuse
that
me,
like
is
Washington's run defense is towards it and worse in the league.
Yeah.
So then, if I would have saw that stat beforehand,
Yeah.
definitely would have made a smart decision.
Yeah, it was a shot. I didn't know it. And then what they did to him the first half, I mean, to hold that team to 3, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
Commanders can do it.
Now, there is a stat, if you're
They
betting,
did.
man. Commanders are second in the league in first half point differential. So they start off really fast.
Yeah.
And so if you take that first half,
Yeah.
Commanders, you should be in good shape. Just throwing that out there for all the betting folks.
Well, no, it's funny you say that because we were on our way home,
down.
and I didn't want to look at anything. I didn't want any updates. Then out of the blue, this is how young bucks, you marry well. My wife, I was driving. She's like, "Oh, okay, Commanders are up 7-zip." I didn't want to know that, but I wasn't surprised. I did expect them, to your point, to score first. If you would have asked me, I would have said it. So when she said that, I'm glad you just said what you said because I wasn't even shocked.
Yeah, and Saquon just continued to do. I think during the Cowboys game, I don't know who was calling that game. Was it Tony Romo?
it was.
Yeah, they mentioned how like Saquon leads the league in second half rushing yards.
Wow.
Because he just gets stronger
Yeah.
as the game goes on. And last night was a clear example.
Yes.
Fourth quarter, I mean, back to back, boom, 2 touchdowns just like that late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That one that he ripped off.
That cutback.
He looked like track guy. Did he or did he not look like those knees were coming high to be in the second half? And he looked like he was pulling away. He just had to slow down for the end zone. But man, he looked fast.
It's
Yeah.
crazy you say that because Saquon's a butt kicker. Like literally when he runs, he
Yeah.
butt kicks.
Oh, he's one of those
Yeah.
that track coaches are against. So are we off of Jaden Daniels for MVP now? We're
I
gonna
was
bring him
never
back
on that
down to
train.
earth. Well,
I was
I
on-
mean, the majority of people that were thinking.
Well,
it
How about
for
to say
him.
Lamar was
Yeah, well, through 5 weeks, he was still at like 81% completion percentage.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of the talk was.
Yeah.
Yeah, MVP. Yeah, no, I don't. But Jaden Daniels has still been very impressive this year. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But there were a few throws that he made last night, and maybe it was because he was under a little more pressure than he had been. But there were a few throws last night that were not characteristic of what we've seen through the first half of the season anyway. But
What? So Philly got 3 quarterback hits and they got 3 sacks. When he only dropped back, he did drop back 32 times, and he went 22 of 32. So his quarterback rating was only just 7 points below Jalen Hurts. To your point, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, a lot of dump offs. Austin Eckler, if you had him in your fantasy league, you're good because
like
he got
17
you some PP. You got how many points?
I think he
17.
picked up like 17. So, he was on my bench. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry about that. Because you heard
Brian Robinson was back.
Yeah, because Robinson
Yeah.
was
I
back.
started him,
It's hard. But he went 8 for 89 as
Eckler
a
did?
running back. Yeah.
God.
17.
Yeah.
26.
And he had a long of 34. I think that was in the first half, if I
Yeah,
remember.
I think the first
was.
quarter.
But that's incredible.
Yeah,
But that's why he was on the bench, because Brian Robinson got 16 carries.
Yeah.
And Eckler only got 2.
But that offense is just like so. It kind of reminds me of Texas offense. It's like get the ball out your hands fast, get the ball out your hands short yardage,
Yeah.
and let your boys run.
Yeah.
Get a lot of yak, and then take your deep shots with Terry.
Yeah.
But Philly was just like, nah, we're gonna allow
So-
any deep shots.
so that was the big thing last night. Like McLaurin didn't touch the ball until the third quarter,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it was, and so he was noticeably absent. And I don't know whether it was that Philly just schemed it away from him or what, but he was noticeably absent. That's for sure. We got a caller on the line, so we're going to jump into the phones. Hey, caller, you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Pflugerville man. How you doing?
Pretty good. I can't complain. How you doing?
Good.
All right. I'm going to drag in on the game Monday night, Dallas Cowboys against the Houston Texans. I just call it a battle for Texas. Who will win this game? But even with the bad record, the Texans still look worse than the Cowboys. But, this is football. Anything can happen. I do remember the first time that Dallas played. That's when Dallas had some good teams played the Texans. And the Texans had just came in the league, and they beat us. What I remember about that game was Jerry Jones, the owner, he was mad as hell. If he could find something to kick, he would kick it, man, I'll tell you. So I say, who needs this game the most, Dallas or the Texans?
I'll go first. I think the Texans do, just because I think we all know, no offense, Dallas' season's over.
They're done.
So, like, if they win this game, who cares?
Yeah.
But with the Texans, I mean, they've just looked bad the last 2-3 weeks. Heck, man, 4 weeks. They haven't scored a touchdown in the second half since week 6. So I think they need this get-right game if they're going to get to where they want to go, which is at least the AFC Championship. And, I hate to say it, but I feel like the Cowboys have been becoming that get-right game for a lot of teams. And I think this is a prime example for the Texans to get right against this team with Nico Collins coming back. Hopefully that offense can start moving the ball better in the second half. And if they can get a dub in Dallas, it kind of also just solidifies their AFC South championship. So, yeah, I think the Texans need it for sure more.
Pfluger man, here's what I could tell you. Dallas needs this. This would be a big win for that locker room. Micah Parsons, remember, as soon as Dak was out, he said, well, I got faith in Cooper. What did he win, 3 out of 4? That's my Micah Parsons voice. He won 3 out of 4 for us last year. I got a lot of confidence in him. So if he goes out and then he gets this, maybe we can save that locker room, and maybe Micah won't start acting out. Maybe other guys won't start acting out. Maybe CeeDee Lamb won't, have an injury and he's got to be shut down. I just don't want to see it implode. That's that organization.
Why
I don't
not?
want to see a crappy
It's the
year.
Cowboys, man. I think it'll be great TV.
Oh, we're going to talk about them either way.
Yeah.
but they got to defend their home. So I think they need it. I honestly think Houston will be okay. What's their lead in their division?
I think 2 games right now.
Yeah, they good.
Yeah, and at second place is Colts, who can't figure out who to start at quarterback. So
You don't want to end. Dallas does not want to have a worse record by the end of the season than the Giants.
yeah,
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be rock bottom.
that's
So,
facts.
so I'm gonna say it for them. At least they can hang their hat on this win.
I hear you, man.
What else you got?
Okay, I'm gonna switch gears and go to women's college basketball. They got a big game on tonight. Big stars, UConn Huskies versus John Staley, South Carolina team.
Oh.
I tell you one thing about this UConn thing, man. Well, they have 11 national championships. I don't think men or women ever going to get 11 national championships. Gino always says sooner or later they're going to catch up with us. And tonight, yeah, they caught up with us, man, I'm telling you. But the game topic was pretty good because I'm following both of them on Twitter. So I can remember when Don Staley was just getting that team together and the brackets was put in the same bracket with UConn. He'd be mad as all outdoors. But now it's the other way around.
Yeah, I met her and talked with her for a while. Spent a lot of time on that campus.
You met her before?
I have met her, and she
Okay,
talked.
sly flex.
She talked with me for like 15 minutes. Fluver, man, she's such a nice person. I was in uniform. I was doing something with the military, and she was so
Right.
interested in my deployments and places that I've been, and it was just a great conversation. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and if you remember, there was the Richmond Rage. There was not a WNBA, but there was a women's basketball team there, and she played on it. She played at UVA, so I know about her, and I was able to flex a little bit of that with her, and so she was ready to talk. So I pushed for her, and I used to live in Connecticut, but I pushed for her, and I love what she's doing with that organization. I'm okay with their dominance.
Oh, me too, man. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
But, she won last year. She didn't lose a game, let me say this, in the regular season, and they won the national championship. So she might be getting close to UConn's 11 national championships, man, I'm telling you.
Hey,
but
Travis.
she seems to be a nice person, so you met her. I said, that's fantastic. She is a very nice person.
Yeah,
she seems
yeah.
to be. And an open person.
Yes, she was. Travis, if she does what she just did last year, if she can go undefeated and win another national championship, do you think you would be more impressed with her as a coach and maybe start putting her in that upper echelon of men's and women's coaches?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, I would, man.
I think, yeah, and I agree with you, Fluvial, man. I think she's, to me, I think she's already there. But yeah, I think because and I don't see any end to this either. It's not like I think Gino. I'm not saying he's run its course. Connecticut's not going anywhere. I don't know how many years Gino has left in him.
Yeah.
But there was a fatigue factor, and I think I think even high school athletes coming out, there's a little fatigue factor of like, I don't want to go to UConn. I want to go somewhere else and beat UConn.
Yeah.
And that thing, Coach K went through it at Duke, right? There were years where Duke would still get top athletes and still be ranked in the top 10 or so, but there were other schools. I mean, obviously Kansas, North Carolina, etc. were always getting their players as well. But there was a little fatigue factor where it was harder for them to get those top 25 recruits. They were having to settle for top 50 recruits, and you're going to fall down the rankings a little bit. And I think Gino's running into that some, and Dawn is one of the coaches who is benefiting from it.
And there are other schools that are drawing a lot of attention. Fluger, man, hey, Texas women are ranked number 4.
They legit,
are you
dude.
impressed by that?
Oh, very impressed.
Okay.
I try to watch both of them, the UConn and the Texas women, man. They got a good team.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, February 9th.
Thursday night they had a game where you can go watch it for free. So all you had to do was get your beverages and stuff. So you could see, man, that was improved, man.
February 9th at 1 p.m.
Oh my God, it's a home game.
Corey better keep an eye on his press credential.
Yeah, I'll print another one.
South Carolina will be in town.
Yeah, huge.
So we go to them first, and then they come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, SEC, baby.
this is gonna
right.
this is gonna be
Know what
nice.
happened.
I'm
I totally
excited
get you,
for that.
Travis. Like, I'm surprised that South Carolina has been able to hold on for so long because of that whole like hate factor. But I think because of the person at the top,
Yeah.
the hate isn't as
I
frequent
agree, yeah.
or as loud as a Coach K or a Gino. I mean, my parents hated Coach K. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you have on Coach K?
Right.
Like, what do you got to do against you?
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like Duke either growing up.
Yeah.
Hated Kyle Singler. He just looked like a blue devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're supposed to go to Duke. But like South Carolina doesn't really have that fervor. Like,
No.
they're just they're cool. Like, they're cool to be a Gamecock
Right.
and play for Don Staley.
Right. So that goes back to Pflugerville, man. Like I was telling you, that's what I think, Corey. I think people see her personality. You know, she's a Philly girl, public school, and she's not going away from that. And I think the recruits also like that too.
Yeah.
So she's stealing. She might be out recruiting and out. Not a real word. Out personality and
Yeah.
other coaches
There you go.
to get those to get them. They're working hard,
Yeah,
and
that's
she
good.
probably doesn't have to.
Yeah.
She's the cool factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she played. I think that
Right.
also like
That-
goes
that-
back.
yeah.
I think that's
At
a
the
good
highest
little cap.
levels.
Yeah. Gold Olympic gold medal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she done a lot for the sport.
Yeah, so that's look. I'm not saying that there's any sort of bias against the male coach in women's college basketball, but I do think that Dawn has benefited from being a women's college basketball athlete.
Yes.
Turned into a women's college basketball coach at the elite level.
Yes.
That's helping her as well. For sure.
And you can get her highlights. So
Yes.
Pat Summitt was from a different time, but she's the modern
Yeah.
Coach Prime,
Yeah.
and you can YouTube. I want anyone. You go look at clips. She had handles. She got to the cup. She didn't back down from anyone, and she drove that ball hard. She was a solid all around player. She had range.
Yeah.
It was a different time. They weren't jacking threes like now. So
Oh yeah.
What else you got?
Okay, one quick thing I want to add about UConn and Dino's team out looking for scouts. We had Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark wanted to come to Houston all her life. She didn't call him and told him, call me and come back. Dino and them never called her. Out of those 4 years, we probably could have got 2 national championships. I'm still mad as hell.
yeah.
But I have to get back to. Thank y'all.
All right, Pflugerville, man.
See
We
ya.
appreciate it.
I'm glad he didn't get cut off this time.
Yeah, 512-836-2887. You can get your calls, comments, questions, concerns in as well.
Travis, what do you think about stuff like that when you wonder how people get out of, like how did Patrick Mahomes not come to Texas? How did Caitlin Clark not get the opportunity to get here? I did give you props a couple weeks back, and I was like, how did y'all get Kevin Durant to leave Washington, D.C. and come here of all the places? But the negative part, do you think sometimes we are slaves to, oh, well, this is my style, or this is the type of athlete I want, and you miss out? Is that revisionist history? Or?
Yeah, no. There's certainly something to that. Look. The just kind of roll back to the Johnny Manziel era, right? Where his only legitimate real offer at one point was Oregon. And that was an Oregon program at the time that essentially just said, give me all the athletes you can get me, and I'll find a way to use them.
Yeah.
And Johnny wanted to play quarterback, and they said, yeah, you're really athletic. we got a system that an athletic quarterback can, survive in. And then finally, Coach Sherman at A&M was talked into giving, because A&M was going to pass on Manziel.
Wow.
The same as Mac Brown wanted him as a safety. Says, yes, you're a great athlete. I think you're too small to play the quarterback position.
Man.
Finally, Mike Sherman was talked into giving him a shot and letting him come in and play quarterback. And I've had Aggie friends of mine say that they thought when he was recruited that it was just to get him on campus. and then eventually you turn him into
Yeah.
something else.
Oh.
But he came in and was actually able to perform. But it happens. It happens all the time, and you know, it's hard to go. It's hard to find out. Look, I don't know what's going through the minds of my 18 to 20 and 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to know what's going through the mind of a recruit
Yeah.
who's trying to choose between Texas and Georgia and Alabama and Florida, and does he want to be near the beach? Does he want to be in a city? Does he want to be in the country? Does he
See.
want to be?
See who's on campus.
Yeah,
Hey, look, I got a lot of homies that went to Arizona State. Not for the
Tempe?
academics.
Tempe?
I can imagine.
Tempe, but
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
Tempe,
yeah,
Tempe, Tempe.
I've been there.
I ran a track meet there my freshman year.
Yeah, I've taken some visits.
You're hilarious, bro. But you're totally right though. Like you have no idea what's going on.
no
Heck, we
idea.
just had a kid, Adrian Wilson from Weiss. He just wide receiver. He just flipped from Arizona State to Colorado.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so I talked to him this past week because I was out there for like Athlete of the Week, and I was just asking him, like, bro, as a receiver, you know Shador is leaving. What makes you want to go to Colorado? You know, and he's just like, people don't know or see the Dion behind doors, and you don't see how he legit talks you like a high school coach still.
Yeah.
And he treats you like a kid that had a lot of potential, and you have that staff with a bunch of NFL pros. But he was just like, all the flash and shine, like, I care about that. And that's a prime example of, like, what does a kid care about?
Right.
And he wanted to be coached by someone that he felt close to, but he also felt like the NFL, the former LFL pros, was essential.
Oh,
And so that's why he committed to Arizona State at first, because of Hines Ward. He's
Yeah.
a wide receivers coach over there.
okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so he's a wide
Okay.
receivers coach over there. So he's
I would
like,
go there just to be be under the tutelage of Hines Ward.
well, that's what he's saying, though. Now he got like 4 or 5 different former pros that he's going to get coached by. So, like, that small, minute thing was important to him, getting coached by a former NFL player. So you never know what is the ins and outs of a college kid or a high school kid trying to make a college decision.
Gentlemen, I'm kind of curious about this, and Travis, I hope you're gonna play the old school card in my thinking here. Is it okay just to go have fun? We hear the jokes. I don't want to make Travis mad that Dion's leaving. Him and his son are coming to the NFL, maybe even Dallas, maybe Vegas, but they'll probably have another Hall of Fame or very popular coach to come in behind him, someone from that staff. But is it okay to just want to go to Colorado for the fun? For the next 3 or 4 years, all those people that flocked there over these last 2 years are still going to be there. So it's still going to be, I know might be uncomfortable, but there's a lot of black students that are now going to Colorado.
Yeah.
Them boys still going to be there. Them girls still going to be there. And so for the remainder of your time, it's still going to be a cool atmosphere. So is that okay to go chase the fun?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Facts.
Yeah, I think it all, like, it goes back to what you want to experience. Like, if you want your college experience to be all about the grit, the grind, I'm about to get dubs, and, like, I want to be in film room, like, okay, bet, go to Michigan. You know, like, I feel like Michigan has that type of prestige, go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like, Notre Dame is hey, we're all about our business
Yes.
out here, and we're trying to win a national championship every single year.
Yes.
But like schools like Colorado, not saying they're not trying to win a national championship,
Right.
but like there's also like, oh, this is beautiful out here.
But by the way, you're in Colorado.
yeah, like
Yeah, you're
mountains are crazy. Like,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
go
I think it's great to go have fun. A player like, example, if you've seen that documentary on Johnny Manziel, he was
did.
having a load of fun at A&M and still producing.
he's an anomaly though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. But still,
Like, you're right though. You're right.
But in my opinion, as long as you're producing, yeah, it's okay to go have fun.
No, so if you're on his staff right now, so he's got
Sapp.
Warren Sapp.
Warren
He's
Sapp.
got Ed Reed. And one of them might not want to follow them because they see what it's like and how the school is treating them, because it's not general manager, but that athletic coordinator, Neuheisel, you see, hey man, Dion, I appreciate the opportunity. Go, you're going to smash it up there. But let me go and carry the torch and work with Neuheisel and have these facilities and all this attention. Because at least the next year, there's still going to be a lot of eyes on that program. You're still in the Big 12. You're still got recruits coming.
Yeah.
I mean, even Miami, the U, Barry Switzer came in. Not Barry Switzer. He came in. Sorry, he followed him in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
But when Jimmy Johnson
Johnson
left, they still had a party at Miami, and that's the way I think about it. So I was just kind of curious if you guys would see it that way, that it's okay to go to the party.
No, I look. If I'm the AD at Colorado, I'm in the ear of every one of those coaches that have NFL ties on Deion's staff, just in case. Like I think Deion probably is telling his AD, yes, Shedeur is going to be gone after this year, but I am telling you, I'm right now committed to staying at Colorado. I think that's because I think right now that's where he's at. At the end of this year, he's going to get offers from other places, college and NFL. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and he may change his mind. But Colorado has niched itself out this place where they would be crazy not to essentially look for the same style of coach, former NFL great that can take over the program and keep the same sort of culture in place. That would be exactly what I would be doing.
After Jimmy Johnson left, Dennis Erickson came in. Travis knows that name, and won 2 national championships off of that momentum that Jimmy Johnson has. And none of us that know of that time would think that Jimmy Johnson wouldn't have kept winning. But as Coach Prime, he saw the next level and went to Dallas. And either way, that story comes back to Travis, because Travis was happy to have the Jimmy Johnson years.
Yeah, I mean, of course, some of these names carry more gravitas than others,
Yeah,
right?
fact.
Ed Reed, but Pat Shurmur is his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
NFL legend.
Yes.
Yep.
Damian Lewis. You've got Jason Phillips, the old Houston wide receiver.
Oh.
From the run and shoot.
Yeah.
He played with Klingler. David Klingler, I believe, is where Jason Phillips came from. But it's just up and down the list. It's going to be hard to keep, unless it is Sapp or Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Right. The other names don't carry the same sort of gravitas, but you can still keep the same type of culture and I think they can continue the momentum they've built up. But going back to Jamal's point is, it's 100% okay. We think as outsiders sitting out here watching recruiting and seeing the way that they do these all-star games and the hat selections and all that, we kind of put our minds into that every one of these kids thinks they're going to the NFL. Every one of them dreams of going to the NFL.
Yeah.
But a lot more of them are realistic about what their probable upside is.
Yeah.
They're not going to cut themselves short. They're going to go and work hard. But all of them also know that in case I'm not an NFL player, I'm going to go somewhere where I'm going to have a really good time, get a good education, have a good scenery. Yes, they're playing a lot of stuff into. They're not just selecting an NFL factory.
And that's why I feel like a lot of kids are coming to Texas.
I agree.
Because that Texas degree holds weight, especially in the workplace. And so they're recognizing that not only do you get a great degree, as if you went to a Notre Dame, 'cause I feel like Notre Dame's prestige is also pretty good with their degrees, but also it's Austin. And so I've been talking to recruits, and it's just like, yeah, you can have a great education. Also, this city is so popping right now. You have so many people moving here, and it's such a young, vibrant city.
The connections are ridiculous.
The connections are crazy. And now, especially with all these like big time companies
Yes,
here,
sir.
that's where the connections really come into play.
UT is having a hard time having their students graduate because of the job offers that are coming in. They have the #1 computer science program in the nation. And those students don't always finish.
Yeah.
The offers come.
All right, so we need to get to another break. We'll come back after these words. All right, we're back on the Fans View, KAZI 88.7. Travis Kent alongside Douglas Washington, Jamal January, and KView 24's Corey Mose. Real quick, before we get into our talk, Austin High plays Vandergrift tonight at Monroe Stadium. Red Oak is coming down from the DFW area to play Cedar Park
Really?
out at Gupton.
Red Oak coming?
Yeah, Red Oak's coming down.
All
The
right,
Red Oak Hawks.
Yeah, all right, Red Oak.
Cedar Park Vista Ridge takes on the Westlake Chaparrals at Chaparral Stadium.
That sounds hot.
Lake Travis and Round Rock, as I mentioned, at Kelly Reeves tonight. Let's see, lower classifications, LaGrange takes on Waco La Vega at the Field in Pflugerville. You've got, let's see, the Taylor Ducks in action playing at House Park against San Antonio Somerset. So just a little taste of the local teams. That's not inclusive of all the games. I just pulled up the games that are around here. We have other teams that are in the playoffs, but I'll have to look them up because they're playing out of the immediate area. But we'll try to get some of those for you as well.
Can I offer to you guys, as a man that's lived in a lot of different states, this Texas football, for those who are listening, because I can see the screen. We got people back on the East Coast, up in like Wichita, Kansas, on the West Coast listening. This Texas football life is real. He's just naming off teams, and I'm excited because I know of the different pockets here. And that's because y'all got these big cities. You got San Antonio, you got Dallas, you got Houston. But I've lived a lot of other places, and most of us only get one or two powerhouses in the state. You guys literally probably got about 10 to 15 powerhouses in one state that you would love to go any year and watch. So, yeah, the Texas football life, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, when you grow up in it, it's, you can see why some
I'm
people
a
think it's a
fan.
religion.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a caller on the line, so we're going to jump into the phones. Hey, caller, you there?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing this morning? I heard y'all in my car. When y'all say Oklahoma, everybody in the studio started laughing, man. Y'all hurt my feelings, man.
Hey, my bad. You know, you're right. That's on us.
Hey, I heard Mr. January was laughing. You know, I said,
I was laughing at you. I was
Yeah.
laughing with you.
Now I want to start off, man. You know, last week I had 4 teams that I lost last week.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start out with this one. First of all, Oklahoma.
That was a crazy
And then the
loss.
Cats. Yeah, I know that. Hey, I'm laughing with y'all when y'all say that.
Talk about
Then I
rubbing
wanna
salt
say-
in a wound.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I know it. And then the Cowboys lost.
Yeah.
You saw that coming though.
Yeah, and then U of H lost.
Yeah.
And then the Texans lost.
Yeah.
That's 4 of my teams that I like. I said, man, I was just hurt, man.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
'cause we care.
And then,
You got somebody to talk to.
I'll be sad for maybe about 30 minutes, then I get happy again, you know. So,
Okay.
Hey, yeah, man. Who you got on Monday? What side you on?
for the Texans and Cowboys.
Yeah.
Man, I like both teams, man. So I'm gonna pick the Texans right now because the Cowboys is trash.
Man,
Straight up, huh?
give Cooper a chance.
They did last
Well,
week. Boy had
I
45
want to
yards.
see it. I want to see it.
I do too.
You know. but what else I want to bring up, man? I got bad news. The athletic director at Oklahoma said Brett Bennett will be back next year. I said, oh my God.
wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, and I heard on the Paul Sunbury show, Travis.
Yeah. I feel for you. Look, you can look at it 2 ways, right? The mid-season show of support sometimes means a kiss of death. So
Yeah.
I think there's still a chance. Although my gut feeling And I hate to tell you this, Mr. Oklahoma, my gut feeling is that Oklahoma's committed to giving him one more year. But I'm with you, and I'm not saying this as a Texas fan. I'm trying to say this as just a college football fan.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves a year. I don't think he deserves another year. He's
Well, they just gave him a contract. Didn't they give him a new contract?
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
So
Travis, how did he not know that Jackson Arnold wasn't the guy? How did you miss out on people?
Whoa, we're not gonna go there yet.
How did you miss out on people that are out there in the portal? It's a big miss.
Look,
yeah,
That's a big
Well, they
program.
got somebody in the portal.
so here's this is the thing, right? And Corey, I don't know if you've been able to. Man, I don't know if you're able to grab assistant coaches and have off
record.
Yeah, off record conversations with them about transfer portal and stuff. But I would love to know what the conversation from coach to quarterback was last year that made Dylan Gabriel say,
Yeah.
I need to get out of here and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because I thought Dylan Gabriel played really well last year. And now also I'm not discounting the fact it could have been a coaching thing. It could have been them saying we're ready to move on. But it also could have just been Dylan Gabriel going, this team's going nowhere. I'm going somewhere where I think we'll be better. I'm not. We don't know, right? But I watched some of these transfers, and I'm like, why? Why did that school want to move on from them, or was it the kid wanting to move on? I just wish we knew more information because I'm just curious, right?
He's a Hawaiian guy. Maybe he wanted to get back to the West Coast.
Yeah.
West, y'all.
Yeah, but
West Coast, y'all feel me?
But you know what? I tell you one thing. He did the right thing.
Oh,
He did the right thing.
Joe.
He looks like a world beater now.
But I mean, we don't know how much money Oregon was offering.
Oh,
I think that's also
yeah.
like we got to think about that too. Like,
yeah.
can where the heck is Oklahoma at? I just went blank.
Stillwater?
No, that's Oklahoma State. I've been thinking about Stillwater this whole
No,
time.
Norman.
Can
yeah.
Norman really pay what Phil Knight is paying?
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, no
Yeah.
matter how much he may have loved Oklahoma, no matter how much he loved his teammates, if they're offering triple the amount of money,
Sheesh.
and like Douglas said, getting back closer to his family, those are two big reasons why I would transfer. And like they retain a lot of talent. Like Oklahoma, all the receivers came back. Now, mind you, they've been hurt the whole year.
Right, yeah.
But Dylan didn't know they were going to be hurt. So I'm just thinking maybe Oregon just paid him the bag.
And remember, we talked about that cool factor.
Yeah.
All the different uniforms you get. Oh man, it's a cooler. Man, I'm sorry, Mr. Oklahoma, will say this, but I think it's a cooler place to play on the cool factor. So man, that might have.
Yeah.
Is that enough for you, Travis? That maybe we get it.
Yeah.
It's weird though because like after Red River, I watched him on the field and like he looked
Bored?
so happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he was the king
Yeah.
of Oklahoma that
was.
day.
That's
I mean,
right.
he had the lelees on, had the golden hat on, loving all this. I was at the press conference afterwards,
Yeah.
smiling. Like it felt like he was on top of the world. And when I saw the announcement that he was leaving, the first thing I thought was, how did Oklahoma let this kid go?
Drop the
Because I would have paid everything to keep Dylan Gabriel in Norman, but maybe everything wasn't enough. So, but now,
But I tell you, I think he did the right thing, man, by going to Oregon, man, because man, he is doing real good.
yeah, I mean, he had a lot of talent around him too, though.
He does.
Like look, Evan Stewart's a real deal. That kid, I mean, that's another transfer that
He is.
they have
A&M,
two.
right?
You have A&M transfer from A&M, like two guys that are making huge impacts for that offense in Oregon. And Phil Knight, he paid for them. So I mean, like it's clear that look, money works sometimes. And like if you have Evan Stewart over there, and like I didn't realize how good he was until the game. What was it? A couple weeks back when they played somebody Ohio State. That game, I was just like, I didn't think Evan Stewart was like that, but he really is. And so, yeah, man, when you get transfers and they work, it looks good.
Yeah. And I tell y'all, man, I'm not really watching that NBA right now. You know, do they have that? Is that tournament going on like
Yes, sir.
it did last
NBA
year?
Cup.
It is underway.
Okay.
We're gonna talk
I
about
might need to pay a little bit more attention to it, you know, but I haven't really been watching it, you know.
Hey, over the last 4 or 5 games, Wemby has more 3-pointers than Steph Curry. Does that draw your attention?
Well, I haven't been watching it, man, so
scored-
I really don't know,
He
you know.
scored 50 the other night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we can't get you. If those 2 stories didn't get you, Travis telling you he dropped 50 and me telling you he's shooting that 3 ball like that, okay. Yeah, you're going to need more time, brother. You ain't
Yeah,
ready.
hey.
You ain't ready.
Hey, Douglas, you used to be in Oklahoma? You used to live in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
He lived
I was
everywhere.
Look at it.
I was stationed
Look
at
at
Fort
it.
Sill.
Douglas at Sooner. Douglas at
No,
Sooner.
I was not. That's not why I went there. No, the Army told me to go there. That's why I boxed. And Corey, you'll appreciate this. I was on the track team and the post boxing team at the same time because that's how boring Oklahoma is, Mr. Oklahoma. I had nothing but time and boredom.
Yeah. Yeah. But I tell you one thing, I am watching this. I put this okay now. Travis, you know, we got the high school playoff going on, man.
Hey.
I watched that game last night. Lexington and it was Rice. I guess Consolidated or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I watched
Rice
that last
Consolidated.
night. That was a pretty decent game. But we got this high school going on now. And I'm looking for Marshall to beat Westlake again, beat them again.
That's
Because
it. Westlake get there,
Westlake beat
though.
Marshall.
Westlake got to go through Lake Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I like Lake
Yeah.
Travis, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they lost some in the regular season. Lake Travis is. So, you know, it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yes.
It is.
So,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Lake Travis going. It could, the way the bracket's set up, it could be Westlake versus Lake Travis in round 4 and Dripping Springs versus Vandergrift in the same round.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
that would be kind of crazy for the Austin area.
Nobody text Corey for the next couple weeks because he gonna be busy.
Yeah.
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 And I tell you, man, I'll be watching the Dallas teams too, man. High school.
Yeah.
I love them Dallas football teams, man. High school. I love it.
Hey, who do you like? Because I got Corey from Houston and I got Travis from Dallas. Hey, where the real power in Texas football at?
I know the
And,
answer to that.
and then we'll just say since Abilene Christian, we'll say the West is
I
covered
do
by
not
Mr.
claim
January.
From Austin.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the power?
Abilene, bro.
Where's the power, Mr. Oklahoma? Where's the power?
Well, you know what I'm saying, man, it all depends, like, if you 6A or 5A.
No,
or
bro,
4A.
you gotta give me an
It's
answer.
You know,
more wishy-washy than
Hey,
the LG
man, you know,
dishwasher, bro.
I really like both of them. I like Dallas and Houston, man.
Oh, so
I like Dallas and Houston.
so you're gonna disrespect Jamal and Western
No,
and West Texas football like that? What?
West Texas.
Why do you keep giving me West Texas?
Nah, if I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
go
I
with
want
Dallas,
to
for sure.
say one more thing before I get out there, man. I watch this college basketball, you know, especially South Carolina girls. You know,
Yeah.
I keep up that college basketball all the time, men and women.
All right. Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm going to see y'all later, and I'm going to be watching these guys. I'm be glued to my TV, you know, especially tonight. And then this weekend, you know, because these college games, football games, man, it's going to be tight.
It's crunch
It's
time.
going to be tight.
That's right.
Georgia
That's
versus
right.
Tennessee.
Oh,
Elimination
Hey, I
game.
talk to y'all later.
All
All right,
right.
Mr. Oklahoma.
Thanks for
Appreciate it,
calling.
Mr. Oklahoma. Thank you very much.
He's always fun.
Yeah.
I like that he can laugh at himself and he comes back. We can get the comedy in there
Yeah.
with him. So I'm
West
glad
Texas,
he
huh?
calls.
You keep poking the bear and giving me
So
West
I'm very curious then. Where were your offers to go run at? Like, why'd you choose them?
I had 2 offers, right?
Okay.
SFA and ACU.
So after
That's
you
it.
started
Gotta go
running and
program.
people saw how good you were, did anybody try to come get you? Did you get any interest to leave? Because now they're like, oh, we missed out on this guy.
So what's funny is actually when I won conference, I tweeted, I can't believe I'm conference champion. And who liked it? Wes Kentley, the head coach at Texas Tech
Hey,
University.
hey,
And for some reason, I stayed at Abilene Christian.
I like the tweet, but
Yeah, he liked the tweet, but
Didn't send an offer letter.
Yeah, I didn't see no offer letter.
All
No
right.
one was in my ear. Hey, come to Tech, this, that. So I just,
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you for the support, coach.
yeah, pretty much.
Hey, as conference champ, you got the plaque up somewhere. Is it in a box?
Yeah, it's a big plaque too.
No, I didn't. Nah, I only got a medal.
Oh.
I was an individual conference champ. We didn't win as a team.
Oh
Just
no,
individual. But yeah.
the individual is what I care about. You.
But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he not a team player, bro. You know that.
Nah, it's just I don't know none of them. I know Jamal though. Travis,
Yeah.
if you had an opportunity to be like a conference champ in a varsity sport in college, you're not leading with the medal, or you got to
Yeah.
live those glory days, right?
I would. I mean,
Jamal's so humble and quiet.
I mean,
I just saying. I don't know why.
yeah, I was going. My only individual medal was a second place at the Fairfield Invitational Golf Tournament. We had a 3-way tie for first.
Yeah.
and I survived the first hole. We dropped one guy on the first playoff hole, and I made bogey on the second playoff hole and finished second.
I hate that for you.
Oh, man, silver medal. It's all right.
How'd you feel that day? Did you know going into the tournament you were gonna play good?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It was my home course. It was my home course, so I knew. And I shot 38 on the front.
Yeesh.
So I was.
on.
So when I knew at the 9-hole mark I was in the lead.
Yeah.
And then I made 3 straight bogeys on the back 9, and just couldn't. I shot 42 on the back. I shot 80.
Yeah.
I mean, all I had to do was make one more putt, and I would have won the tournament. Back.
Yep.
I'm not
See-
bitter.
See, Jamal, you just made him relive a very hard moment. All you got to do is lead with the medal, bro.
You know, none of this would have happened if you wouldn't have asked the question.
yeah, I know.
No, I'm just kidding. I got my medals hung up in my room and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
never
that's
got
cool.
a plaque. Never did, but that's okay.
Jamal, I'm a fan.
Appreciate you. I'll send you my track highlights later.
You a fan? You a fan?
Please
you a
do.
fan?
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you. I
do
got you.
that.
I got you.
I'd love to. Travis, do you think a more of the fast guys like that can start coming in? Are we gonna do any copycat now that Cheetah's in the league? You guys see that
What you
coming
mean?
down
What you talking
the
about?
pike? Now that we got Cheetah in Miami, do we chase that? We got Xavier that left here, and his speed for this next upcoming combine. Are we gonna go speed again?
I mean, everybody's always chasing speed.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
They don't always pan out though.
yeah.
You really gotta be careful.
They ain't
with
got them hands.
You know, there's
I mean, you can't take a hit.
there's only so many Marquise Goodwins out there who
Yeah.
who can
Great
do
comparison.
both. Skeets Nehemiah. I mean, look, you can say all you want. Skeets wasn't great with San Francisco, but he was legit. He was a legit third wide receiver on a really good San Francisco 49er team.
Yeah.
You know, the Cowboys drafted Carl Lewis.
Did they really?
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
No way.
I remember he mentioned that on the show like a while back.
Yeah, they
To
drafted
play
Carl
what?
Lewis, wide receiver.
I know he ain't had hands.
He's from Texas.
I know he didn't have hands.
He's from Texas.
He got the feet.
What I gotta do?
That he might have played a lot of ball up until 9th grade.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Bob Hayes was legit.
The
You know,
bullet.
way back, Jim Thorpe, you know, was legit.
Jim
but
Thorpe was like that?
Huh?
He was like that?
Oh.
Like speed wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an Olympic champion.
Wow.
In separate shoes.
In what?
Because someone threw away his shoes.
I'd have to look it up
So
and see
he,
exactly what.
the
That's
famous
crazy.
photo of him at the Olympics posing, if you look at his feet, he's wearing mismatched shoes because he went and found some shoes in the trash can
Stop.
so he could go compete because he was Native American and, you know, we have an ugly history, but yeah.
I mean, it was 1912.
Yeah.
So.
And, you know, he was in a Native American home back in Pennsylvania, Carlisle,
That's
Pennsylvania.
crazy.
Yeah.
He said.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Did not know Jim Thorpe was Native American.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Wow.
I only just know Jim Thorpe because of the award.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason I know the name.
Oh,
he was a decathlete.
amazing.
I'm actually just.
Yeah.
He was stripped of a medal. He was stripped of his gold medal
because he.
because he played minor league baseball too.
Yep.
And you couldn't do that while being.
He wasn't. He's no longer an amateur.
Wow.
So that was back when it was true amateurism. in
That's
the
why
Olympics.
Jesse Owens couldn't go back and repeat. Also. Because he had the wife and kid. I mean, he had to make some money.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know, man.
Our history is so
we
jacked
didn't
up,
do a
man.
good job.
God.
We missed out on
That is crazy.
some of our best athletes. But he was an amazing football player. Wasn't his coach Pop Warner?
Who, Jesse?
Jim Thorpe.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jim
yeah.
Thorpe was like that.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know he was like that. Olympic, like,
Yeah.
gold medalist.
Yep.
I just thought he was a good DB. I'm not gonna cap to you, bro. I just thought he was one of the best DBs in college. That's all I thought.
So at the end of
Learn
the
something new every day.
at the end of the season, because we talked to a lot of NCAA women today. At the end of the season, who do you guys have holding a trophy? I'm gonna say USC.
Oh, we talking about basketball?
And not Juju,
Man,
and not
ain't gonna win nothing, bro.
and not University of South Carolina. Sorry, Dawn, if you're listening. I'm still a fan of you though, but I think Juju's gonna get it this year.
She got too much going on. She not focused, bro.
So we're going UConn.
No, I'm going Texas.
Oh, you're going to check you out,
Going Texas.
loud and proud.
They're
Homer,
legit, bro.
Travis, who you at the end of the season? Who you think you
You know,
wanna give it to?
I mean, so I'm probably going to go chalk and just say South Carolina.
Yeah, that's
but
what I mean.
Me too.
I hate to take the easy way out, but you know where my loyalty is going to be.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna be
do.
cheering for Texas,
Wouldn't it be amazing?
and legit, I think Texas. You know, knock on wood. You know, we
Yeah.
keep them healthy this year. I mean, even losing Harmon last year, they were still
Yeah.
Elite Eight.
So, I mean, they're legit. I mean, we're going to see them play twice in conference play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting.
How lucky are we? We got back-to-back champions in volleyball. We were number 1 in football, and now number 4. And I mean,
No,
we got
I said
delusions
this,
of grandeur.
bro. I don't know how long ago I said this, but like Texas fans should be so, like, they should feel so thankful
Yeah.
that this athletic department, and not even just the big sports, but I mean, we're talking like beach volleyball,
Yeah.
one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Swimming.
saying?
Swimming.
Swimming is
The swimming
by far
program
the
is
best.
Our
elite.
row team is
Elite.
we're national
Rowing
champions.
team is best in the country.
I know a girl
Swimming
on
team
that
is
team.
best in the country. Swimming team had a bunch of Olympians on that team. Women's soccer, SEC championship.
SEC with first SEC
Shout out.
championship already racked up.
Hey,
Shout out
Hey.
Angie Kelly.
Angie, Coach Kelly, she wins the last Big 12 soccer tournament, wins the first SEC soccer tournament. Props to that women's soccer program.
Yeah.
So for us
Baseball,
in
number 2 recruiting
volleyball,
class.
Macaria Spears, daughter of former Dallas Cowboys and ESPN analyst Marcus Spears, has signed with the Texas Longhorns to play volleyball. Now he went to LSU, so that dinner table is going to be
Yeah.
a little contentious. The stare down
Yeah.
of father daughter, but even she's coming, and she was ranked high. I mean, she was in the top 70 nationally. This is gonna be exciting.
Those things are cool. Like Jermaine O'Neal's daughter played here.
Yeah,
So-
ain't that cool how you just lost one big pro and then now we're just gonna get another big pro? Yeah.
Exactly.
Just sit down front court. I can't wait to see Spears. I know he must be like a loud supporter.
Yes,
dad,
he is.
Right?
I
Like,
guarantee
seems
it.
like that.
He's got to be.
Yeah, clapping.
And who's gonna say something?
Yeah,
Because he might show up in an LSU shirt to cheer her on,
when they play LSU.
but none of us are gonna say anything though.
of course not.
We'll be
What
like,
you
"Hey,
mean?
Marcus."
I thought you were gonna bring out your boxing skills. He out your weight class,
with
bro?
Spears. Oh, honestly, a lot of big guys cannot fight.
So you saying Marcus Spears can't fight?
I'm
Say
gonna
less.
guess that he is not a person that's a good fighter.
I'll set
Don't
that
worry,
up
okay.
then.
Yo, yeah, I
I'll
was
set
finna
that, I'll
say.
set that up then. Yeah,
No,
say less.
as a wrestler, I have put a lot of dudes bigger than me on my back. Our station managers walked in. I guarantee I can put Reno on his back in under 3 minutes.
That's crazy.
I
You
guarantee
just
that.
gonna let him talk to you like
It's cut
that?
us straight, buddy. Just cut us
guarantee
straight.
that.
Buddy just came in here. It's cut us straight.
No, that's a guarantee.
He's just coming in to hang out with us. All
Pay-per-view. We'll stream it. We'll stream it. We'll do it somewhere here in Austin. No, but they don't get tested, and they don't have to, especially if you've been big since high school. So it's just what I've seen.
Yes,
a lot of
I
them
agree.
just are not.
Yeah.
But nice to see you though, Reno. Hey, he was out at the HBCU Classic. Some good basketball
yeah?
this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
How HT do? Oh,
all right.
okay.
So while Reno's in the room, let's actually hit a break on time.
Yeah.
So let's get to a break with Man's UKAZI 88.7. Travis Kent alongside Douglas Washington, Jamal January, KVU 24's Corey Mose, and then y'all should have seen the fight break out between Douglas and Reno during the break.
Still breathing hard, heavy,
Fighting that like Migos.
because Reno's so much bigger than me. Reno, how tall are you?
6'3".
Sheesh.
6'3",
I'm 5'6", and that's rounding up, people.
5'6" and 3/4.
Yeah, you better attack the legs first. man.
Yeah. You gotta chop it down. We gotta see that Douglas fur. We gotta see that one drop.
Hey, but the reason Reno came in was a good reason.
Yeah.
The Austin Spurs home opener is tonight. They take on the Texas Legends out at the HEB Center in Cedar Park. But we have a 4-pack of tickets for Sunday.
Man.
Sunday,
Go Spurs, go.
Sunday, November 7th. August. Where did I come
Yeah.
up with August? November 17th. It is Princess Night, one of the favorite nights for fans. The promotional night out at the Austin Spurs game. Girls 14 and under get in free. All right. So if you dress up as a princess, take your young lady out there, have a good time. We have a 4-pack of tickets to give away for Sunday's game against Mexico City. In the Austin Spurs in the G League. So we got to come up with a trivia question real quick. We got to figure out a trivia question. You got anything off the top of your head, Corey?
Off the top of my head, I didn't want to say because you can look up this, but like who led the team in scoring in their season opener?
Ah.
All right, that's good. That's good with me.
Yeah.
Sound good?
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
It puts eyes on Austin Spurs.
Yeah.
That's what we want, since they're going to help us out. And after the game, any other additional items that they can get after the game?
After the game, you can go on the court and shoot a free throw.
Yo,
Oh,
they ain't getting me off the court. I'm going to go and stay. And they were like, hey, it was only one. Let me get another one.
Hey,
Doug's
it's
gonna get them shots
it's not make it, take it.
Hey, that's going to be a good game. So Greg Brown, who played at University of Texas, he's on Mexico City's team. Trey Burke, that played at Michigan, you guys remember? Played
way.
Marine. Yeah, he's
he's
on Mexico
Burke's
City.
name in
crazy.
Yes, Juan Toscano Anderson.
No
No
way.
way.
Yeah,
Are you
he's
kidding
on
me?
Mexico City.
I said Mexico City look kind of nice, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just gave away the 4-pack of tickets. I'm just kidding. The 4-pack of tickets is available.
This is going to be cool.
512-836-2887. Light up that phone line. Who is the leading scorer? Ooh, the phone just lit. Who is the leading scorer for the Spurs in their opening game?
Okay, we'll see. We'll see
So
if they
He
got
nice
it.
too, bro.
Yeah. So
The person that led the team in scoring. He's not gonna be in Austin long.
we got a winner. We got a winner. So we're gonna get him right on the phone. Hey, caller, you there? Caller,
Yeah.
you there? All right.
Yes, I am indeed.
So what is the answer to our trivia question?
Can you ask me the question again?
Yes.
I think I have the right answer.
All right.
But
Who was
I'm
the-
just not sure.
That's a good point because we kind of hid like we talked about the question, but we didn't actually ask the question. So we're not. Hey, look, this is not a full-time job for me. All right.
We're trying out here. We're trying.
So who was the leading scorer for the Austin Spurs in their opening game? Which they just opened the season. So we need the leading scorer for the Spurs, the Austin Spurs.
I bet he was lighting up that score where you were. I bet they was just yelling, "Booyah!"
No, I actually, was it Flynn?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It
Malachi. Malachi
I can't
Flynn.
even say his first name.
It's spelled weird for sure.
Yeah,
Malachi Flynn.
that's not Malachi.
Oh, Malachi.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the Spurs. Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, he ain't gonna be here long. Not at all, bro. He gonna be called up pretty soon.
No.
But yeah, congrats.
Right.
Congratulations.
Congrats. So we're
Well,
gonna
thank you.
we're gonna put you back on hold, and either Jamal or Reno will get your information from you, and you got yourself 4 tickets for Sunday's game to the Austin Spurs. Hey, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you guys for being there.
All right.
We appreciate you guys.
Well,
Trust me.
thank you very much. We're gonna put you back on hold. All right.
Oh,
All right. Good deal.
Wow.
Good deal.
To think I almost ruined that for our
Yeah,
listeners.
I heard you say booyah. I'm like, it's not Jabari Bouye at all.
I thought he scored 23 in that game.
No, Malachi scored like 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just now looking.
He did
at
score
the,
20.
I'm just now looking at the roster for the Spurs. Jameer Nelson Jr.
Yeah.
No.
Jameer Nelson Jr. First of all, I'm old enough to see
Yeah.
Jameer Nelson's kid play pro basketball.
Oh, I can do one better. Jace Richardson is now playing for Michigan State. Son of Jason
Are
Richardson.
you kidding me?
So Tom Izzo has coached father and son. Jason Richardson, for those who don't know, was at Michigan State in 2000, and his son Jace Richardson is there now in 2024. So
Man.
kudos to Tom Izzo being able to having that lasting power, being able to still communicate and relate to the athletes at this age, not being run off by NIL. So, I got nothing but respect.
Ibrahima Diallo, Parker Van Dyke, Harrison Ingram out of North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
There's yeah, I tell you what.
They're gonna be a decent team, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna make a few Austin Spurs games this year.
Oh.
First of all, I love the Austin area. Right, we've got the Round Rock Express. We've also obviously we got our MLS franchise
Yes.
with Austin FC. We got the Texas Stars and hockey. The Austin Spurs. I don't want to overlook them. They've been a great partner for the city of Austin. Obviously, the San Antonio Spurs as a organization is embracing the city of Austin as part of its footprint. Let's give them some love. Let's give them some love this year.
Man, we missed out on Jameer Nelson Jr. He was right up the street at TCU. That's where he played that college ball. His senior year, 11.2 points, but that junior year, surprised he didn't come out. He was averaging 20.6. I'm surprised he didn't come out that year, but he came back. Maybe to get the degree for the dad.
Hey, look, I don't blame him. That degree,
Oh, yeah.
important.
Yeah.
That's right.
All is important.
Wow. Jameer Nelson
Look,
Jr.
you gonna feel real old next year when the Boozer twins are in NCAA.
No, you're right. You're
And
right.
they gonna be everywhere. 'Cause they nice, bro.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. So
Are we gonna have to pick like the Lopez brothers? There comes a point where they start to separate.
No, there definitely is one better than the other.
Yeah.
It's already
Yeah,
kind of at
yeah.
that point where we know which one is. I think Camden is the one that's the better one.
the better one.
So, yeah, I wonder how that is though. Growing up, like
Yeah. Well,
Right.
like the Morris brothers when they were in college, they were fairly even.
Yeah. Yeah.
They separated a little bit in the NBA.
a little bit.
But they both, I mean, because was it Marcus was on the Mavs roster last year, right? I mean, he's just kind of a end of the bench guy, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, both of them double-digit NBA careers. I mean, that's it's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I think
Lopez
about-
brothers too. So.
Lopez, look,
the
wait,
Thompson brothers.
Brooks better. Yes.
The
yeah, there's-
Thompson brothers were pretty locked in.
Oh, Amen and
so
Asor.
one
Yeah.
averaged 16.4, one averaged 16.3, but one was a better. So the one who didn't, Ayusar had more rebounds and assists than his brother.
Yeah, they had different
Than
skill
Amen.
sets.
Yeah.
So I think that's helpful when you'll have different skill sets, and
That was a cool thing to watch because they complemented each other.
Yeah.
Like one dude was the scorer, the other dude was a facilitator.
Yep.
But I think about like remember the Wiggins twins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew and Aaron,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kentucky. like they both didn't really.
Harrison
Oh,
twins.
Harrison twins. Yeah,
Harrison
I said
twins,
Wiggins. Yeah, I'm thinking about
Yeah,
Andrew
when you
Wiggins.
said Andrew in there, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's definitely talking about that.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I watched them at UIL tournament in their state.
Yeah,
playoff
from
game.
Houston.
Yeah.
Oh,
From
are
Travis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they beat my school in the
They were
playoffs.
raw.
Yeah, in overtime.
Raw.
Could you tell then? Like you knew they were just doing things different than everybody else?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they both
Okay.
scored like 25 each, and they were the team.
They were hooping.
God.
Yeah, so
All right, so we got like 18 minutes left, 17 minutes left. So we gotta get some NFL and college football talk in real quick. Texas at Arkansas this weekend. Arkansas hates Texas more than they like themselves.
yeah.
So we talked about Texas Florida last week. I felt like that was going to be a get right game for
same here.
the Horns. Corey. That was the first game that Quinn looked like Quinn again. Is that who we see moving forward? Or do you expect Texas to go up to Arkansas and struggle any?
It's a hostile environment.
It's a hostile environment.
Very hot.
And,
Very
and Ark-
hostile.
and Arkansas is not trash. They got beat pretty bad by Ole Miss, but this is a team that beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got that kid Lance Jackson at DE. I believe that's his first name. I know it's Jackson's last name, but he's nice. So they'll probably one of the best edge rushers they'll see this year. But man, that secondary isn't good, and so I would think the game plan would be similar to what Florida did, and Florida has a better secondary than Arkansas. And Quinn put up his numbers against Florida. So I think if you're able to contain the pass rush with every time with Quinn, if he just doesn't get rattled and he doesn't get shaken up, because I do feel like this with Quinn, when he gets hit, he does get rattled and he does get shaken. And he does start seeing ghosts, in my opinion. And I think
I agree.
when he doesn't get touched, he's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
But there's something in his nature that when he does get hit and he feels pressure consistently, then his whole game gets thrown off. And I don't know if that's something you can coach out of somebody, or that's just something you got to deal with as a coach. That's who he is.
That's who he is. Yeah.
And so you better have a lot of protection, for a kid like that. But I think they're able to keep Quinn clean. He's going to dissect that defense tremendously. But like you said, you have an edge rusher out there in Jackson that's really good. And so can Kelvin Banks do his job, or Cam Williams, whatever side that Jackson lines up on, can they protect Quinn? I think that's the biggest factor.
We're assuming Taylon Green's going to play, right?
Yeah, he's probable. So is Jaquindon Jackson,
Okay.
former Texas Longhorn,
Yep.
transferred out
Yep.
from Duncanville, I believe. No, North Shore. He went to North Shore.
Okay.
Jaquindon. He was a quarterback.
Good, because Talon has been slinging that rock.
Yeah, he's nice. And this may be the best wide receiver that they faced all season in Andrew. He leads the SEC in targets, second in receptions, and third in yards per catch. So it's a legit receiver outside.
Shout out to his quarterback for that one.
Yeah, facts.
On the Texas side, Colton Vasek looks like he's out.
Yeah,
So-
but just a rotational piece.
Yeah.
No one. I think right now they're at a really good spot. The Longhorns when it comes to health.
Yeah.
No one's really that's adamant is out, and so that bye week helped out a lot for them to be able to be this healthy this late in the season.
Yeah.
It's key.
Yeah.
And so as long as they don't lose anybody at their running back position, that's big time. But yeah, man, Texas, Arkansas. I'm interested to see the atmosphere. I wish I was up there just because the stories I heard this week at the Monday press conferences about last time they went up to Arkansas.
Yeah.
There's 11 guys that was on the team the last time they went. 9 of them are now starters. And talking to Michael Tabbs of the world, talking to Kelvin Banks of the world, Jade Barron, they're all just there was miles of people lined up on their road to the stadium with signs. And,
Just to boot a bus.
yeah.
Commitment.
Yeah. And off the bus, the things that they were saying. I think somebody asked the players, was that the most hostile, and what is something that was very that you remember? What's one thing that you remember? Mm-hmm. And they were like, I don't think I can say it on the mic. So I don't know what Dale K. Royal did to Arkansas back in the day, but the Razorbacks hate Texas.
Yeah. They never got over 1969 for sure.
Okay, so what was that?
So that's the game of the century. That was one of the original games of the century. Like we've had like 15 games of the century since then, but that was the original game of the century. Texas beats Arkansas 14-13.
Okay.
It was 7-7 at the half. Richard Nixon was at the game as president of the United States.
Hey.
And late in the game on a 4th and 3, James Street hits Randy Peschel, his tight end, on a go route for like a 38, 42-yard gain, something like that. Gets Texas inside the 15-yard line, and Texas punches it in. And 15-14. I think it was 15-14. I think they went for 2 to win, and they won the national championship that day.
Yeah,
So,
ruined it.
Yep, exactly. And so this is number 1 versus number 2 in the country. Texas versus Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So,
Sucks to suck.
yeah.
Got to win football games, buddy.
Yeah.
Pig sweet.
Yep. So. Of course, we got a long history in other sports too. I mean, I was at the Stroll Nolan game in basketball when Nolan Richardson walked off the court.
Yep.
That was I think we talked about that with Albert Burdett when he was here. Yeah, so it's there's a lot of history between Texas and Arkansas, and it shouldn't be overlooked that the pod on the football side for Texas is A&M, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. And those are 3 historically traditional rivals for Texas. And we can talk all you want about SEC scheduling and whatever. No one in the SEC plays 3 teams in their pod every year that hate the other team more than Texas has with Oklahoma, A&M, and Arkansas.
For those who may have forgot about this, Arkansas hasn't been in the same conference of Texas for over 30 years. So we're about to get fireworks yearly, annually. And this is, I'm excited. I got friends up in Arkansas, and I know they hate getting mail because they always remind me, oh, that's right, you're in Texas. And I learned that when I moved here. And he's a good friend from Arkansas, but when I met him, I was living in Georgia, and he didn't care much. But as soon as I got here and got this address, when my holiday card gets there, he says, "Thanks for the card." Oh yeah, you're still in Texas. So that's how I found out about the hate, the rivalry.
Since the Arkansas moved to the SEC, you can count their number of conference football titles on one fist.
Whoa.
What is that, 2?
That's 0.
Oh.
I'm about to say that's a fist, man.
So
Tragic.
Yeah.
Just like A&M, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shout out
That's
Aggies.
right. So, all right. So Tennessee, Georgia.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Well, yeah, since we're talking about Georgia, I did want to talk about the college football playoff,
Oh,
the
yeah,
ranking
yeah.
and stuff, and like how everyone's talking about Georgia gotten screwed over.
Okay.
Texas too high, but I can call her.
Hold on. We're going to get a call real quick. Caller, you there? I'm sorry. We got to pod up. Yeah, caller, you there?
Yes, sir, my man. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah, go ahead. We got you? Go. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Woo.
So he was excited.
Dang.
He did a fist pump and dropped the phone. That's what it was. I'm on.
Spin the block.
Hey, Ma, he can call back 512-836-2887. So do we have a problem? We know Oregon is up there at number 1. Are we all right with that?
Yeah. I'm cool
Okay.
with that.
Ohio
Undefeated
State
being
at number 2 with 1 loss. You guys
Yeah.
are okay.
Yeah.
Texas, I don't think y'all, to jump 2 spots. Penn State, nobody's.
Penn State are frauds.
That's
Fighting
the
that. Oh,
one.
there it is. Okay.
That's the one I don't like.
All right. So what's y'all's take?
Just
Why are
watch them
y'all-
play.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Just watch them play. They're
They
not
do
number
not look
14.
like a championship contender
History,
team.
though, I think the
What history?
is
Of
bullying
losing? Big games?
The voters. I think that's what it is. I think the history is why they are higher. That's the only reason I think.
I'm the one earlier in the season that said I don't trust Ryan Day, but for some reason I like James Franklin.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
That didn't go well for me.
Yeah.
That did not age well at all. Because James, I still like James Franklin. I still think he's a good program leader.
Yeah.
But I think you can count the number of really big wins he's had on the same fist that you can count Arkansas's conference titles.
Well, they beat number 19 ranked Illinois.
Come on, bro.
21-7.
Come on, bro. No way. That's the first thing you say.
No.
Number
Well,
19 Illinois.
There's nothing else I can say.
Exactly.
Because I didn't want to lead with, well, they only lost to Ohio State by 8.
Look, the resumes for Texas, Penn State, Indiana, and BYU really aren't all that impressive overall.
Yeah.
Indiana and Texas at least take care of business, right?
And that's my thing.
And like Indiana, I have no issues with them being where they are because they go out and just they beat people by
Beat
2
the
or
crap
3
out of people.
touchdowns every week.
And we've seen every week. It's hard to do.
Exactly.
Everyone gets upset.
All right, caller, you there? Caller, you there?
Hello, good morning.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey.
I just want to say, this is the mouth and the truth. I just want to say, why is Dak Prescott get paid all that contract if he's not performing and is not winning? He's not winning.
He's hurt.
And his salary is not matching his victories. And then he got hurt and he's out for the rest of the season.
That's a great question. You should ask Jerry Jones.
Shout
why
out to
he
his
quit.
agent. Shout out to his agent.
Because that football team has not really been to Super Bowl since the Cosby Show was on.
That's good. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, they have this prestigious stadium and the one of the wealthiest programs, but it does not reflect what they're doing on the field. And it's not. We are very loyal to them. I'm a fan, but they're not really producing.
100%. If you listen to this show, you know I'm a Cowboys fan. I am completely disinterested in watching the Dallas Cowboys the rest of this year. I just don't care.
They're embarrassing Texas, and then we have not only them, the Texans are not really.
Don't get us started.
So we have two major teams that are not really representing. Like we represent a team wearing jerseys, buying their gear, and going to their games. But what do we get in return? It's almost like voting. You don't get anything out of it.
I would never promote the sport, the art of gambling. However, it's possible that I might actually tease this line up to 10 or 12 and bet it that way because there's no way Dallas stays within 17 points of the Texans on Monday night.
No, I don't see it either. It is an
Who
embarrassment.
y'all predicting gonna win?
Oh, Texans.
Yeah.
Texans going to win for sure.
The Texans.
Yeah.
And I'm actually
What's going on with
I might actually lean
what's his
towards.
name?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
He's married to Sierra. What's his name? Russell Wilson. Why he's not a very good quarterback?
Oh, no, he's balling out.
He's hot.
How does he get deals?
4 straight wins.
He balling out in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
4 straight wins.
Let Russ cook. He's cooking
But he lost to the Cowboys.
with George Pickens.
He's not with Denver. He's not with Denver anymore.
No, he's
Nah,
not.
yeah, he's in Pittsburgh. So he actually, ever since he become a starter in Pittsburgh, he hadn't lost a game this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're.
So he finally found a team that he can get in where he fit in and actually do something.
Hey,
Yes.
that's what
Yes,
happens
he
when you
did.
got a black head coach.
A great coach that's on solid ground. They're both from Virginia. Just keep.
Oh, Mike
keep
Tomlin
there.
from Virginia?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He's from down where Allen Iverson's from. So Mike Tomlin said,
he's doing-
"I think
he's
I can
doing
work
better.
with them," and he unlocked a great wide receiver. Maybe we all didn't know was so good in George Pickens. So,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for
And
calling.
so I know we worship two white girls, Taylor Clark and Taylor Swift. So how's Taylor Clark the best of all the other players?
Okay, we'll answer that one off air because we got to finish in. So thank you.
Well, yeah, we appreciate the call. Thank you very much.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a great one.
She
Yeah.
came in firing, bro. I messed with that.
So
I don't know who that was, but please call in at the beginning of the show next Friday.
We give you more time if you want.
they always call in during the morning grind.
Oh.
Yeah. So long time caller to the other show.
Okay, got you.
But I had no idea that they were
Tapped
fans
in.
like this.
Yeah.
So that
Sports,
was
sports,
cool.
sports.
So do y'all want to answer the question? Why is
Caitlin
Caitlin
Clark.
Clark and
I don't think, of course, it's the whole nature of the views, the ratings, what she brings to the table. Of course, like the statistics that she breaks. I mean, she's broken so many records.
Play style.
Play style is just more fun to watch for some people. Perspective is perspective. And so at the end of the day, though, I will still say Asia Wilson is the best in the league right now. I think Asia Wilson is arguably the best ever. I'm at that point. I think she has more of a pedigree than Candace Parker and Diana Taurasi and all them girls. I think we're watching greatness, and I hate that Caitlin Clark is coming up right now at this time because I don't think we're appreciating Asia as we should be because of Caitlin Clark. But I think everyone in the W will tell you, even Caitlin will all acknowledge that Asia is the greatest.
Right.
But from the outside view, all you hear about is Caitlin. So I do have a problem with that. But no, I don't think she's the greatest. I think Asia Wilson is. So
Okay. Hey, rapid fire.
shout out South Carolina. I mean, she got a whole statue outside of South Carolina, and she's still playing. I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Which
Games?
yeah.
Dallas, Texans. Who else is on?
Let's see.
Hey, so
Chiefs and Bills, by the way.
yeah,
Game of the week.
Josh Allen beats him during the regular season, but can't beat him in the playoffs.
Yeah, 3-0,
So
0-3.
even if
I got
he
the
gets
Chiefs.
it, I think the Chiefs.
I got
they
Chiefs,
got to
too.
take a loss anyway.
The Chiefs' magic is legit.
No, I got Chiefs, bro.
After this last
Oh.
game, it's ridiculous. So I got Chiefs. I'm just done betting against the Chiefs, man.
What's the weather forecast?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Chiefs win.
Chiefs in 4.
Okay.
I think the line is plus 2.5. I'm taking that for sure. Chiefs and underdogs. Taking
Yeah.
that every time.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can bet. Like, I would be pissed at myself if I bet against Patrick Mahomes and
Oh,
the next
yeah.
morning I lost that bet. Like, you idiot.
Yeah.
Why'd you bet against Patrick Mahomes?
No, I
Ego.
bet. Mahomes is one of those guys. You either bet on him or you don't bet the game.
Yeah.
If for some reason you feel like you want to bet against him, just don't bet it and save your money.
Yeah. Facts.
Then you can count it. You can count it as a win at that point.
Is it at Buffalo? Yeah.
Yes, it's at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
53 degrees Sunday. So
That don't matter, but
the,
they
the
from
weather
KC,
is
though.
not going to affect them.
But I am interested to see how this game plays out, though.
Yeah.
You know, because Chiefs defense looking good, but Josh Allen, he's been on a tear.
He's got a number one receiver.
Yeah, he's been on a tear, and he didn't have him last week. Still balled out. 'Cause I think
Sure.
Amari was hurt last week,
Yeah.
and Keon Cole. I don't think they had
Yeah,
both of
Keon
them.
Cole's out.
Yeah.
And for a good little while here coming up.
Yeah, so Bills are
But they still got Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel.
I tried to do it with a straight face. I didn't expect your reaction.
Anthony Richardson back at
Yeah,
quarterback.
hey,
for
we
the
didn't talk
Colts.
about that. Golly, man. AR5.
He's going against the 27th ranked defense of giving up points to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So
You starting him in fantasy?
I think, yeah. But just because no one traded me anything, so I was stuck with him. Yeah. I think, I believe.
I got the Colts winning.
Anthony's going to play good.
Me too.
Just, he had to sit, and now he wants to prove some stuff.
Who are they playing?
I think.
The Jets.
The Jets.
Oh, they're
I got the Colts winning
It's
that
in
one.
New York.
I just
that
think
matters.
also like the locker room. I'm a big proponent of like emotions in games. That's
Yeah.
why like last week I picked the Saints to win because they fired a coach. Anytime someone gets fired, like a head coach, they win the next week. That locker room wants to play well for Anthony
I
Richardson.
think so. The veterans.
The other locker room, the Jets, you got a bunch of people that Aaron Rodgers made them trade for to bring in and sign, and now none of them care about playing at all.
It's crazy how that works, huh?
Yeah. So
It's a reflection of the leader, though.
So Lazard's not getting the statue, is what you're saying?
I'll tell you what.
Fireman Ed, man.
All right, we're up against it. We got it all in. Well, at least got most of it in. We'll pick up the pieces next week. Appreciate all the calls. See you back.